Hello and welcome back to my Rust Electric Basic series. Today's topic, auto smelting with electric furnaces. As always, I've made a restriction link you can find in the description below. Let's get started. The first version I'm about to show you is a simplistic one, and the scaled up version comes right after. Alright, first you connect your power source to the input of the first branch. Now, we count how many furnaces we want to use. In this example, I'm running 4 furnaces. Each furnace needs 3 power, so the total amount of rust watts is 12. Now we set the branch's output to the amount that we need. Each branch should then be set to 3 and each output goes directly into a furnace. Now, conveyors only need 1 power to run, so we'll take the power out of the first branch and connect it to the first conveyor. Then we pass that power through to the second conveyor. Next, we set the filters. The first conveyor's filter is there to push the ore that you want to smelt into the furnaces. So in that case, I'm showing you the option with every ore that exists in the game right now. So sulfur ore, high quality metal ore, and metal ore. Now we need to set up the filter for the second conveyor, which is there to pull the smelted ore out of the furnaces and push it into the box. So in that case, we use the smelted version of the ores. Then grab your piping tool and connect everything like I do. Now, if we turn on the conveyors and put the ore that we want to smelt into the first box pushes the ore into the furnaces, and the second conveyor pulls the smelted ore version into the second box. Alright, coming up with a scaled up version in action. This time 14 furnaces. So when you scale up this version, I recommend placing your wires in a way that makes it easy to follow. So if something doesn't work and you're not there, someone else can troubleshoot fast. Of course, the space I left open you can also close off by more furnaces, so an additional 2. Same filters, same setup, but scaled up. If you place ore into the first box, it gets pushed to the furnaces, and then the other conveyor pulls out the burnt or smelted version of the ore. Have in mind that one ore type gets distributed evenly throughout all furnaces, so if there's metal ore and high quality metal burning first, it has to be done, and then the furnaces or the conveyors use the third type, in that case sulfur. So if I take out the metal ore and simulate that it's done, you can see that sulfur is also getting burnt. Now here comes the bonus part. The bonus part is, what if you want to split up the ores that get smelted into 3 separate boxes, and what if you need to save power, for example, if you live in a cave? For that, my idea behind this is, if you put ores into the first box, the whole setup gets power, smelts automatically, but then if the smelting is done and distributed in the specific boxes, a signal gets sent to the switches that you can see right now, and then turns off every power in the whole setup. In that case, we have 3 boxes, and for that, we of course need the specific switches. In that case, 1 AND and 1 OR switch, which then gets transferred into another AND switch. But if you have more than 3 boxes, for example, you need like 2 metal fragment boxes, then you have to switch up the switch that you can see right now. So you have to put up 2 AND switches and then 1 AND switch after, and so on. So you have to take a switch which corresponds to the amount of boxes that you have. But I think that is self-explanatory. But right before we connect everything, we have to place these specific industrial components, of course. So here you can see the 3 boxes with the 3 conveyors and 1 splitter. So you have to take the last furnace's output and put it into the industrial splitter. From there, you connect the splitter outputs to the specific conveyor inputs that you want to use. For that, I'm coloring the metal fragments light blue, the HQM dark blue, and the sulfur yellow. Alright, now if you put in the ore, it gets distributed into the furnaces and then split up evenly into the specific box. Alright, let's take our power source and connect it with a switch. A conveyor has 2 special outputs. One is filter pass, which sends a signal when items match the filter go through, or filter fail sends a signal when the filter no longer matches and nothing is moving. So we take the filter pass output and connect it to the switch on input. Then we have to connect the filter fail outputs into the AND and OR switches as shown. Again, for the wires, I'm using the same color so you can follow easily. Finally, connect those switches into the upper AND switch and from there into the switch off input of the normal switch. Now the furnaces only run while smelting is happening. Put ore into the box, the furnaces turn on. Smelting finishes, products go into their boxes, and furnaces shut off automatically. Efficient, simple, and if needed, power saving. Alright, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions or ideas for future content, drop them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this guide, a like and sub really helps out. See you in the next one.